and welcome to this broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch the replay later on. And for anyone else who might be joining me for the live, thank you. My name is Eva. I'm an intuitive healer. I work with two modalities, one which is based on working with Akashic records, which is called soul realign, and the second one is based on working with your nervous system and helping to rewire your nervous system. It's called quantum flow. So more on that at the end of this live. For now, welcome to this session, right? And I'm so excited for this live. We're going to be talking about how to survive the storm, how to navigate the different changing cycles of life, okay? But to actually start, I always start my lives by sharing my lesson for the week. And I'll encourage you, if you're watching this replay later on, please do share with me and share with everyone in this community in the comments what lesson and how you've grown in the last 1 week, in the last day. It does not matter. What lessons have you integrated within you? So let's learn from each other, let's grow with each other, let's evolve with each other, because I believe that is the purpose of our existence. Okay. So my lesson for the week, it's just to reflect on everything that's happening in the world. And there is so much that's happening in the world. I mean, it's crazy. It's like you wake up every day and there is just more negative news that's being channeled in all medias and all of that. And, I was reflecting on this with a friend of mine that the way that I'm choosing to look at this is that the very fact that there is so much darkness that is coming to light right now, remember that a lot of the things that have been happening right now, my belief system is that it's been happening all along. It's just that people were not paying attention to it, or were not so aware of what was actually going on and how the manipulation by, the so-called people who've been leading us and all of that, the lies and all of that, people were not present to that. People were not aware of that. And right now, it's that's now coming to light. So for me to see all the darkness and all the chaos and whatever it is that's happening in the world, for me, that's proof that there is a lot of light shining through for humanity right now. Because otherwise, it wouldn't exist. We wouldn't be able to see all the darkness and all the negative aspects that's showing up, because they've been hiding all along. I want you to look at it is that, can you imagine like when you're walking into a dark room and then you just switch on the lights and all those little creatures and creatures that were hiding in the darkness will thrive in the darkness because they don't want to be seen. Once you shine the light on them, what do? They want to scurry and run away from you because they're so used to freedom when no one is looking at them and no one is wanting to attack them and all of that. And the minute you shine the light on them, boom, now you're aware they exist. And what are you going to do? You're going to attack, right? You're going to get rid of them. You don't want them in that room. So what will they do? They'll fight back. And their whole essence will be we have to survive at all costs. So they have to fight back for their survival. And what I'm seeing in the world right now is that the people who are creating all this chaos, they so desperately want all of us to go back to sleeping, to go back to how things were. But that doesn't happen. Now we're aware. The minute you become aware of something, it's impossible to go back to how things were before. That's what I believe. So I don't think that we're going back to the old way of things, regardless of how many people are trying to drag us back there. We're aware. And so many people are waking up to realizing just what's been going on underneath our eyes for all this long. We just weren't seeing it. So for me, the chaos that exists right now, I'm choosing to believe that it's because there is a lot of light that's shining through. That I'm going to choose to focus on that rather than be sucked into the negative aspect of it. Because another thing is that, the more and more of us are given to anger and despair and frustration and all of that, the more we're feeding the darkness, the more we're helping it thrive. And we need to starve it off of that, because that's where it's been thriving a lot, keeping us in fear and all the negative emotions. So honestly, for me, it's just to focus on the positive aspect, even if there is so much darkness, and just sending love and light to the world. We did our global meditation just yesterday, and it was amazing just to connect with people and just ground on that intention that we just want joy and peace for humanity. So if you're watching this, please get together with as many group as people, because there is power in numbers, there's power in the collective intentions. And if a lot of us are upholding this beautiful vibration of love, So there's so many people who can't right now. And I completely understand that. If you're in the middle of it all, it's impossible for me to tell you, tap into love and peace right now. You might not be able to do that. But for the ones who are observing, I think more and more of us need to gather around and get together and really focus on this vibration of love, of peace, of unity, and send it to the people who actually need it. That's my current that's what I'm working on and I'm trying to do with the groups I'm in, just attending groups, doing the collective intentions and all of that. And who knows, my belief is that we're gonna emerge and the light is going to prevail. So that was my lesson for this week. Today I want to talk about how to navigate the ever-changing cycles of life because it feels like since 2020 so much has been happening and it's like we're not getting a break, right? But what I want to see that is that even in the presence of darkness, there's so much good that can come out of that. And we're seeing it right now. You know, yes, they're creating chaos, but more and more people are waking up and wanting to send love and wanting to send assistance and wanting to be more humane to the people who are struggling. So for me, that's the light that's coming through. But I don't want to talk about the collective energy. I want to talk about you and how you navigate the different changing cycles of life. Okay. I want to give you an analogy just to really explain my perspective on this. You know how when a kid discovers and love, kids love playing, right? They love being outside and their life is all about playing, just having fun and all of that. When they're having fun, the back of their mind is not thinking about, oh, about my mom or my dad or my brother or sister. They're just focused on the present moment and just having fun. They completely forget to even get in touch with the people who actually love them and who care for them and who protect them and who guide them and all of that, right? That is the at the back of their mind. And even when the mom calls them like you need to now get back into the house, it's no. I'm having so much fun. I don't want to go back inside. But what point does the child wake up and be like, okay, now I need to go inside? Maybe they get hurt. Okay, maybe they fall down and maybe they experience a cut and all of that. And then that's when they remember, oh, I have a mom who cares for me. Boom, boom, boom. They run back to the house crying because they know the parent is going to comfort them in that, is going to help them heal and apply whatever they're going to apply to that wound and they're going to be okay. And this is literally a representation of how we handle our divine guidance. That when things are going so good, we forget to connect with our higher selves, with our inner guidance, with our higher guidance, because we're enjoying life. Like everything is good. You have perfect health, you have perfect relationships, you have all the money you'll ever need. Like we lose sight of we need to still connect with the people who love and guide us and who want the best for us. So that's usually what happens when things are going good. Or when things are going horrible in your life, that's when you remember, oh, I do have higher assistance. There's God, there's Jesus, whatever belief system you have, no problem. That's when we believe that, oh, I need to reconnect with that again. I need to go back to God and pray and all of that. But all along, when things were going good, you didn't even remember God existed. You didn't even remember that there was higher assistance guiding you in that moment. And that's okay. I think it's just part of the human condition. And this is why I'm doing this live because both these cycles of life, I think for a lot of us, we don't know how to navigate it. And it pulls us back further rather than actually helping us, accelerate to our success to living extraordinary lives. Because essentially, any cycle of life is meant to help you. It should be a stepping stone towards your path of success. But what most people do is that once they take the two steps forward and achieve the success, boom, they forget everything that they actually need to get them there. And they're pulled back again. And then now you start doing the process again to get to the success. And it's been a cycle of that. So here's my perspective that for me, when it comes to the happy moments, when everything is going good, that's usually essentially the time that you're supposed to be integrating all the lessons that you've been learning that helped you get there. Because you didn't get there just by someone waving their wand. You had to put in the work, you had to put in the discipline, you had to put in all that, the effort to get you to that level of success where you've manifested your goal. So once you're there and you're enjoying the fruits of your success, you're enjoying the fruits of your outcome, what are you supposed to do then? It's integrating all these lessons. It's to keep doing the work that got you there. And most people forget to do that. Most people forget to still keep putting the work. So you've manifested, and I know I've talked about this on my live before, but I'm going to stress this again because you cannot repeat this lesson. Like you cannot stress this kind of lessons enough because a lot of people forget. So you might be spending so much time like, I want to manifest that ideal weight, and you put in the work and all of that, and then you get to that ideal weight, and then boom, back to the old patterns, eating whatever you want to eat, and all of that, not really paying attention to your exercises and all of that. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience because this has been part of my cycle, which I'm still working on it. I haven't mastered it. So I'm just sharing with you, to keep myself accountable, that once you get there, you really need to start integrating and allow it to now be part of your new self. So it's not that you put in all the work and then once you get there, you forget, you know, to do everything else. You forget to still keep up with the habits that help you get there. It's really to help you embody when you're continuing with the new habits that help you attain that goal. It's helping you now to really integrate that new identity so that you're no longer even a part of that old self that created that old reality that really didn't serve you. You're a whole new being. So when you get to that level where you've manifested your goal and all of that, it's to get there and keep doing the habits that help you get there to really help you embody this new identity. And here's another lesson for you, that one of the things that really runs at the back of my head, it's a story that I read just not too long ago. But the main theme of the story was that this too shall pass. If you can write it down somewhere with you, just a small note that you can carry with you all along, or just put it somewhere that you can be seeing every day, it's such a important reminder, because the one thing that is constant in life is that everything changes. That never changes. Like, everything will always change. You're never stagnant. It's impossible to stay still in your life. Okay. I don't know. And I love to know anyone who doesn't do. Okay. I know you, when I'm speaking about this, you understand what I'm saying, that everything changes. So if you put that note of this too shall pass, that will be an important reminder for both the hard times and also the good times. Because if you're reading that note when you're having the good times and you've forgotten everything you had to do to get you there, and you're reading that these too shall pass, it's a reminder that I'm not always going to be here. I still need to put in the work to prepare myself for the next level, because these too shall pass. Remember, your soul is not here to just stay stagnant. Your soul is here to evolve to the highest level of being it can be. And that can happen if you're just existing through life. Something has to change to trigger you to the next level or the next stage of your life. So everything always shifts. So when you're in your happy moment, integrate. But when now that starts shifting, because what happens with the bad moments, it's your soul triggering you to the next level of your growth. And that is what the bad times are for. They're there to be a stepping stone to help you level up to the next stage. So if you've attained your ideal weight, and I'm just giving that as an example, and you're still incorporating the habits, maybe there's something else you can achieve. Maybe you haven't attained the high standard for your health. So your soul will trigger you by maybe you'll find yourself maybe getting sick in a way, or something that might make you change your way of eating in a way, maybe start to incorporate other things into your diet that you probably weren't doing before. So that's usually a signal that it's time for the next level. It's time for the next upgrade. This is not the maximum or the best that we can do. There is so much more. And one thing I've come to realize is that I don't think growth ever stops happening, because one of my belief system was that, like, you'll get to a point where you've experienced everything, and then what next? And I don't think that's ever possible, especially in this human reality, because the universe is constantly in creation mode. So even when you get to that level that you think is the absolute maximum you can get to, there is still something else that just unlocks the next level. That's how I want you to look at it. So I don't think you'll ever stop growing or evolving. There'll always be something else. But you'll only get to that something else, a higher and even better version of yourself, way beyond anything you can even imagine, only if you're embodying that new identity every time you get to that next goal. So if you've attained your ideal goal, okay, fine. Take your time, integrate that, change your habits, embody this new identity, buy new clothes, ensure that you're still maintaining the same eating habits and all of that, okay? And then when it's the next time for you to level up. Now you start shedding now this thing and now upgrade your habits. And that's how you get to the highest and highest level. Maybe you never imagine yourself having abs, and maybe that's your highest state of being, but you're never gonna get there if you're still, not putting in the work. I hope that that actually makes sense to you, and you can apply this to different areas of your life. But I really need you to have that in mind that this too shall pass. Everything changes. So use all cycles of your life to help you get to the next stage of their life, not to keep you stagnant. Because what most people do when they're going through the bad times, it's now the self pity and the wallowing and the despair, like, oh my God, what happened? And all of that. And getting stuck in that vibration of poor me, that victim mentality, and now using it as a sign that it's time for the next part of your growth. Because all growth will always require you to shed old aspects of yourself. That is a given. You cannot go to the next level if you're still having aspects of your old identity. You have to shed it off. It might involve you getting rid of certain relationships, getting rid of certain circumstances, certain situations that maybe you might be locked in that still has the elements of that old identity. That's never easy for most of us. It's usually, I think, the most painful part of our growth when you're shedding that identity. It's not easy. And most people, that's where they get stuck. Because now when they start noticing that their relationships are getting affected, or people, they're starting to have drama and people are starting to walk away from them, they get scared and like, oh my God, let me just go back to how I used to be so that I can pull these people back in. Remember, that's your comfort zone. So if you're noticing this drama happening around you, it's not a sign for you to stop. It's a sign for you to level up. What do I need to do to get to the next stage? And now start taking the actions for that. And that won't happen if you don't have that relationship with your higher self. And this is why I was giving the child analogy. It's not always gonna be about play. Don't forget the people or the higher guidance that's guiding you along the way because your higher self, your higher guidance are the ones who are going to help you navigate whatever stage of life you're in, giving you insights on what new steps you need to take, what new habits you need to incorporate, what you need to put yourself into, the situations, the people you need to attract. That won't happen if you don't have that connection with your higher self. If you're just at the level of the mind, you'll keep on making mistakes that take you farther from your true path, and that just creates more chaos for you. Okay. So I hope everything that I've shared today has made sense. If it has or has resonated, sorry. If it hasn't and you have more questions, do leave your question in the comment section down below and I'll get to it, as fast as I can. And thank you so much for tuning in. And do subscribe to my channel so that you get alerts on anytime I go live or anytime I upload any kind of anything on my channel. I do appreciate the support. Like the video, share the video with anyone who might need a reminder of this. It really helps me to grow, helps me to actually also evolve. When I know if all that I'm sharing is actually helping you and helping you actually grow and evolve. So help me learn the same way that I'm helping you learn so that I can keep providing better and better content for you. Thank you again for tuning in. And I always end my lives by sharing more about how I can actually help you through your growth, through your journey, through the two modalities which I'm actually certified in. One, again, which is called Soul Alignment based on working with the Akashic records. And the second one is called Quantum Flow, which is all about rewiring your nervous system. So I'm going to share my screen in a little bit just so that I can show you more of what they are or those two modalities are. Okay, so we're going to start with soul alignment. So soul alignment is actually a healing modality that is based on understanding your soul's unique being, your soul's uniqueness, because each one of us has our own coding or our own blueprint of how we're supposed to operate in the world. But most people have no awareness of what that is. So they keep on making mistakes, trying to do what society is telling them to do. And what that does is take you more away from who you're supposed to be. And that again creates so much chaos in your life. And that's always reflected in your health, in your finances, in your relationships, and all of that. Okay. So it's really getting in touch with your divine nature, your gifts, your true purpose, and really grounding in that. Okay. Its core principle is all about giving you practical, useful information that can have such transformational value for you. So remember, we're living in an age where information, it's so much, right? I mean, I'm sure you've experienced that anytime you go to YouTube or whatever kind of content, like it's a lot of information. So it's so relevant. It's not feeding that egoic aspect of I'm just going to consume this knowledge and it doesn't serve a purpose with soul alignment. It's really giving you practical information that if you incorporate into your daily existence and really incorporate in how you make decisions and how you make choices and take actions in your life, you're going to start seeing your life transforming. And that will again always be reflected in the kind of relationships you're attracting, the kind of health that you're starting to embody, and also your finances, okay? Because it actually trickles down to all of that, okay? It's all about free will and choice. So with soul alignment, it's really helping you to go back to your power, really empowering you to take personal responsibility, first of all, for everything that you've created in your life thus far. Remember, the first part of healing is awareness and then taking responsibility for how you contributed to that, because only by doing that can you now start taking choices that help you release all that pain and all that chaos you've created in your life. If you don't take responsibility and you're still blaming everyone else, it won't work. Okay, so it's really getting in touch and bringing to your awareness how you've contributed based on all your choices you've made, both in this lifetime and also in previous lifetimes, because a lot of the experiences you're currently having right now have absolutely nothing to do with your lifetime. It's chances are, and for most of the clients I've served, they're experiencing current patterns or attracting certain circumstances right now based on choices that they made in a previous lifetime. And you see, the soul keeps on attracting these circumstances, not as a form of punishment, but as a way to help you resolve those mistakes or those choices, negative choices you made in a previous lifetime. Okay, but most people, because they have no awareness of how they're contributing to that, they have no awareness of what patterns are contributing to that experience. They keep on making the same mistakes again and again. In soul alignment, it's bringing your awareness to how you've been contributing to those patterns to now help you take responsibility and start making different choices. Okay, and of course, you get a soul level healing through the Akashic record. So you're gonna get to energetically heal this negative karmic experience or patterns that you've created in your blueprint, release it energetically, and then now ground in that healing on a physical level through the new choices you're going to be making moving forward. Okay. The soul element is for you is, first of all, if you're feeling stuck in repetitive negative patterns, whether in finances, relationship, or health, if you've noticed that you've been attracting the same kind of people, the same kind of circumstances, again and again and again, there's a reason for that. And with soul alignment, you can actually get to the root cause of that. So if you're struggling with self-identity and you're feeling disconnected from your true purpose, if you're experiencing constant roadblocks and challenges and you have no idea why this keeps happening, soul alignment will be a good way to actually help facilitate you getting in touch with that. If you have difficulty understanding why certain people, certain relationships, certain patterns have been repeating in your life and causing you so much stress, soul alignment would be a beautiful, beautiful way to get in touch with that. If you're sensing that you have past traumas or unexplained fears that are influencing your current present life, soul alignment can help you with that, getting again to the root cause of that. Lack of clarity about what kind of direction you need to take in life. Soul alignment can actually help you get in touch with your soul divine nature, which will make it easier for you to make choices that are more in alignment with who you are designed to be. So not going again towards the society's will for you, but going again in alignment with who you are designed to be and how you're designed to operate in this life. So again, if you're experiencing low energy or motivation despite making any kind of positive changes, if you're feeling trapped by limiting beliefs and constantly recurring self-sabotaging behavior, if you have a deep desire for emotional healing and freedom from the burdens of the past, but you have no idea where to start, soul alignment will be the perfect modality for it. The second modality I work with is called quantum flow. So quantum flow is all about, it's actually an embodiment technology that is based on working with breathwork, sound, and movement to restore balance into your nervous system and within your body. And what I love about quantum flow is that it works on different areas of your being. So it's not focusing on your unconscious mind, but on your physical well-being, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your energetic well-being. So different facets of your life. And what it does is that it's a powerful practice that helps you release the deep-seated trauma and emotional blockages So a lot of us, a lot of the trauma we've experienced in this current lifetime, a lot of it is recorded within our conscious mind, which is actually linked to your nervous system. And what that does is that it actually forms certain crystals within your nervous system that block the flow of energy within your body. So remember, we are 99.99999% of energy. And if there are certain blockages created by this emotional trauma, these emotional blockages, guess what? It impacts different areas of your being. So by tapping into your flow, which is what quantum flow does, it will help you align with your purpose and cultivate a state of unshakable calm regardless of external circumstances. So regardless of what is happening in the world, you actually be in touch with your inner self, and it will actually help you enhance your creativity, your joy, and reconnect you again to your authentic self, because it actually clears all those blockages that are keeping you or holding you back from actually connecting with your higher self. So who is quantum flow for? If you're constantly struggling with mental fog, you have difficulty concentrating, leading to, of course, low productivity, quantum flow will be a good fit for you. If you're struggling with chronic anxiety and stress, and you just feel like life is just overwhelming and unmanageable, quantum flow can help. If you're feeling physically or emotionally drained and you're unable to relax or even achieve an inner sense of peace, if you're experiencing any kind of physical stress, and remember, if you have these blockages within your system, right, energetic blockages, guess what? It impacts also your physical being. So if you're experiencing some kind of pain and some kind of physical tension, and you want to now, first of all, attain full body healing and vitality, quantum flow can really help with that. If you have difficulty controlling your emotions, leading to mood swings and all of that, if you have feeling like disconnected from a higher purpose or intuition and unsure what, again, life direction you can take, remember, as again, if the channels of communication with your higher self are blocked, you're never going to be able to tune into your true path, to your true soul's calling, okay? If you're struggling with unresolved trauma from childhood, if you repeatedly feel like your belief patterns, your negative thought patterns have been keeping you stuck and unable to help you move on with your life, regardless of whatever modality you're tapping into, quantum flow can actually help you accelerate your healing, okay? So using this in as well as whatever modalities you're tapping into can actually help you accelerate your healing, okay? So you can see all of that. If you're curious about this, I invite you to go deeper with me and connect with me by scanning the QR code, book a discovery call with me, and we can see if any of this are a fit for you. But if you see yourself in all of those characteristics or qualities I've just listed, please go ahead and book a call with me, because these two modalities can actually really, really help you release everything that's been keeping you stuck, your limiting patterns, and help you truly, truly awaken to all that you were supposed to be. Okay? So hope you scan this QR code. If not, you can check the link in the description box down below. I always leave a link to that. And make sure, again, you subscribe and also click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any time I go live or on any kind of content I upload. I am going to upload a quantum flow meditation to help with this within the week. So make sure you tune in for that and you look out for that. Okay. So within the week, I will upload a quantum flow meditation to help you embody all this truth that I was talking about in this current life. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm sending you so much love and blessings, and enjoy your week. And again, make sure you grow, make sure you learn, make sure you evolve. Don't allow the distractions and the chaos that's happening around you to keep you away from reconnecting with your true self. Okay. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope I will see you.